Yo, it's Real 92.3, LA's known for hip hop. Bootleg Kev, DJ Head.
West Coast.
Special guest.
Yes.
This guy's fucking. I can't open my Instagram feed without seeing Russ right now. The homie
true?
Russ.
Welcome, goddammit.
Thank you.
What's up, bro?
Living the dream.
You are living the dream.
Yeah.
You just made the Forbes list. Let's start with that.
I did.
Congratulations.
Thank
$15
you.
million made. I mean, I'm sure that's just like what we know about. There's probably,
Oh, you done got some under the table
got some
bags.
bags?
You done got some under the table money.
Yeah, and they don't. There's not the year before, which like came very close to making the Forbes list too.
Wow.
You feel me? So
What's the minimum? Do you have to make?
they say the threshold is around like 12, but you saw like this year like 15 was the threshold. So.
Oh, just 15. That's it.
But so there's a lot of people who probably made like 12, which is still a good amount of money.
Course.
What?
Yeah, but
Try working in radio.
So, you had said that you had kind of like, put that in the atmosphere on one of your older records.
yeah, I had a song called Forbes list.
Yeah.
Where I said I make the Dean's list, but I better make the Forbes list.
So when you got that news, man, like that's crazy. That puts
Yeah.
you in like that mogul talk. You know what I mean?
And I feel like it provides a lot of context for everything.
all the
I'm
shit you're
talking about-
talking.
yeah, well,
it
like-
backs it up.
With that, and it's also like, okay, so he must know something. He must know he must know what he's talking about a little bit. You feel me? Like, look at the people on that list. Everyone else on that list has been in the game for like, has been popping for relatively a pretty long time.
Yeah.
So, I think it was important just to provide a lot of context for everything I'd be talking about, ticket sales and stuff like that. It's like
You sell out a lot
Thank
of
you.
fucking shows, bro. And I remember not really being up on you until I
Yeah.
started seeing the sold out shows.
Right.
And I was like, who the fuck is Russ?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
what the fuck is going on? I'm missing out. But
Right.
the album's dope. Zoo.
Thank you.
I do want to say this though. I listened to the whole album beginning to end. I didn't skip any songs.
Wow.
Which is amazing for me because my attention span is fucked up.
Yeah, I think most people's are though. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great
That's dope.
project.
Thank
you
you.
talk a lot about on the album, like you blowing up, and then your family kind of having issues, like your pops. You speak a lot about your pops. Like, what's like can you kind of give us a little backstory? on that?
The dynamics switch when the power gets shifted in a household. You
Right.
feel me? So when the parents are making no money and the kid starts to have to provide for everyone, it's a bizarre dynamic shift for like everyone involved, and there's no like rubric for that, and it's awkward for everyone. It's it's awkward for the dad or the mom to ask for money and they don't want to ask, and then that they need it, so you know what I mean. It's
Yeah.
just it's all a bunch of awkward stuff, and it screws up the dynamics. And then there was already family issues before. So high intensity situations kind of bring out the worst in people sometimes. So
You feel like you have a different advantage or POV because you did have both your parents in the household type of.
yeah, I feel like I'm pretty well balanced and
Because a lot of us don't got that shit.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
nah, for sure.
Mom and dad.
For sure, but then there's something to be said about having both in the house, but it's maybe a not healthy marriage. You feel me? So
100%.
there's also something to be said about that. Where like
That
but
weighs on kids a lot, man.
yeah, but it's you think that it's normal. You think that relationship
That's
is normal because that's all you know.
Right.
But it's like, yo, wait a second, this is fucked up. Like, what is this?
Straight up.
You know what I mean? So, but I'm grateful for my life, period, and how everything played out. I think it all went the way it was supposed to. So,
Yo, what about like, because you pride yourself on producing your own shit, mixing your own shit, recording your own shit,
Yes.
all of that, and then you linked up with Scott Storch, and I think you guys have had a crazy chemistry. I want
Yeah.
to say you guys got like 8 records, like
like 6, something like that.
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
like what about what's happening with him and Avedon? Like, made you want to go away from your your.
Well, I mean, like Storch is
formula.
the reason why I started making beats. You know what I mean?
Fucking
like
legend.
Dope.
him and Dre and like Kanye, but
Right.
like really like Storch was the first one that made me want to start making beats. So when his people reached out, it was like a no-brainer.
Right.
Like that's the thing. I think the misconception is, oh, Russ doesn't fuck with anyone and he thinks everyone sucks and he thinks
That's definitely the perception.
yeah, and it's like and he thinks he's better than everyone
That's
else.
definitely the perception.
First of all, you better think you're better than everyone else.
Facts.
Duh, I think I'm better than
It's
everyone
hip-hop,
else. How
man.
the fuck do you
Everybody
not
should
think you're
think
better
that
than
way, 100%.
Like, didn't you just see the new Pusha interview with Shaheem Reed where he's like, "Go, guys, that like I love that type of shit.
course.
That's ill. Pop your shit.
I
This
mean,
is
that's
hip hop.
hip-hop,
Get
man.
over it. You
That's
feel
how-
me?
that's how it should be.
Yeah. So, but with Storch, it's like no brainer. That motherfucker's a legend. Like, it's the reason why I started making beats. Dumb, I'll fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? So that was a no brainer for me.
Big facts. Now, recently there's been a whole lot of shit going on.
With Russ.
Now, I've been close with like a lot of these SoundCloud guys for a while.
Sure.
And I always defend you. Like when we talk, I'm like, yo, man, specifically Adam22 is a good friend of mine.
Okay.
And we actually just talked maybe like 2 weeks ago. And like me and him had a really good talk about you. And he was, and essentially it was kind of like, you know, the fuck Russ shit. Like, yeah, he's really talented. I'm sure if I gave him, you know, a chance, like listening to him, his music is probably really good, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just curious, like, what do you think, like, I understand why the Smokepurpp thing happened, because he put your sister up on the Twitter, and to me that shit, it's on site.
People feel like they can operate without
no 100%. It's on site.
And like, you know, that issue is also he put my homie's little 5-year-old daughter.
No, it's on site. 100%.
It wasn't just my sister. Like that's what I'm saying. Like now my people have a problem.
No. That's not even like defendable. Like I think, yo, my G, if you're gonna operate like that, the internet becomes real.
Just like, you gotta be prepared for whatever the consequences come.
Me and Perp got on the phone though the other day and squashed this. So,
oh, that's big.
Yeah.
How'd that conversation go?
It was fun. That's the thing. Like with me, like if you're gonna initiate something, y'all gonna initiate the negativity and be poking at me, like the whole damn near rap game poking at me, like.
It's not the whole rap game. It's all the SoundCloud.
Nah, but
kids.
bro, you gotta understand, like, there's not any other rapper who's had their name in other rappers' mouths in a negative fashion than me in the past year and a half. You feel me? So it's like, you know, if you're gonna initiate it,
it was you and J. Cole had a little bit of
kind of, but like it wasn't every rapper and DJ and producer and media. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna initiate it and then we're gonna respond, I'm still down to get on the phone and be like, bro, like, what's really the issue?
Initiate the peace like you initiate the bullshit.
Yeah, like, I'm cool to squash it, but if not, you clearly know, like, we can take it there, too. But
why do you think that is, though? You say Russ is always in everybody's mouth. What's your POV on that? Why do you think that is?
I mean, it was a trend, and it was an easy target. So
it's funny because I saw you the day you wore that shirt. At
day and night.
I saw you backstage, and I was like, yo, that shirt's hard as fuck.
That shirt is hard.
Yeah. Because I come from a family that's like, had issues with pills and heroin and all that shit.
Yeah.
So for me, it was like refreshing to see somebody like.
That's what was so weird. I was wearing, like, he knows, I was wearing that shirt. We were in the artist compound.
You were hanging out around. It was like the internet was back there. Nobody said shit to you.
Around all the internet, SoundCloud rappers wearing that shirt. No one said anything. No one said anything.
But you know what it is, though? I think, and also saw you cleared it up and have anything to do with Pete.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you could see how someone would take it that way, being misinformed and being uneducated.
But like, then that's on you.
I agree with you.
That's on you.
That's one of the things I do agree with you on.
If you got offended, then like that's on you. Haven't y'all ever heard the shit? You can't get offended without, like, you can't offend me if I don't give you permission to offend
100%.
me. So,
hell yeah.
You know.
Now back to the Adam thing. Now obviously, you know, the one thing that was the one thing I couldn't rock with you on, because I'm like, he's a.
Well, you're missing the context, so that's fine.
Well, I've seen. I mean, I don't know maybe I don't know the whole story. I know he like poked at you on tweets and shit. But in my opinion, he's not a rapper. He's like a member of the media, I guess.
I mean, but I think he prides himself on not being a member of the media. So now to play the card of I am a member of the media.
What I'm saying is he's a podcaster.
Is a little convenience.
So I guess for me, like the Smokepurpp shit, like you said, like the shit he did.
My thing is this, bro. It's really this simple. Like that dude and numerous other people have had my name in their mouth in a negative fashion and insulting me on social media and shit. So like, if you're down to do that, if you're down to shove and poke, when you get a response, you can't then be the one to tell me whether or not that response is appropriate.
I agree. You can't tell people how to react to anything.
Like stop pushing and shoving and prodding and poking, then being like, why are you reacting like that? Why are you leave me the fuck alone? Why y'all poking at me? Chill the fuck out.
Do you feel like there's do you feel like there's a such thing as too far though?
Too far would be killing.
So
so I guess that's my thing, right? It's like,
too
okay,
far. We're talking about like some punches, like big deal.
Like
no. We're talking real simple shit. People talk shit and then got punches thrown at them. Big deal, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you motherfuckers acting like we're running around out here getting people killed and shit. Like, bro, you talked extensive shit on a consistent basis about someone you had never met in your life or talked to, and as a result, they responded and ended up punches got thrown your way. Big deal. Like, if you, like, I don't understand, like, when you push and shove someone consistently for a year, if you don't think that there's going to be some sort of a response, then I'm really confused on how you think this world operates. I guess
I just kind of coming from the radio side of things, like, you know, if that was the case, every time Charlemagne bagged on somebody, he'd be getting his ass beat every day. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but how do you know behind the scenes that people haven't been sent for Charlemagne? Because
I know he's had a few. I know he's had a few incidents where, like, you know, like with Busta Rhymes.
I know I've been approached for shit I didn't say for sure.
Yeah, so that's my only thing.
But my thing is too. It's not like it's one joke, and it's not like it was just from him. You got to understand that it was like the whole, like a large part of the rap community, whether it was media, rappers, producers, DJs. It was a large part. So at that point, look, if he was the only one saying something and it was two jokes, I'm not tripping. Like, but when it's all of y'all and the whole thing is just shoving me to my back against the wall, motherfuckers are poking and talking shit. It's like, all right, like, next person who says something at this point, I'm ready to snap.
Right.
And that's on y'all. Y'all shouldn't keep fucking shoving and poking and prodding.
But don't you think
and expect to not get a response? You got to live with that. If you're gonna make that bed, you got to line it. And you can't then tell me how the bed should be made. You made that.
I agree with you. I agree with the way you think. Like I told you that before we even started. But don't you think that if you poke back, doesn't that give you some sort of accountability as well?
Like accountability.
I mean, just talking shit in general. Like you a shit talker.
But go find me any time where I got, like, how crazy would it look if for the past year I was just constantly tweeting, fuck 21 Savage. Like, how nuts does that really look? You see how ridiculous that is? So it's like, it became such a trend to, like, talk shit about me.
I think that's more than what it. I think that's more what it was. I
know, but still, like, it became such a trend that you almost like you didn't realize that I was still a person. Gotcha. You feel me? So you're talking as if, like, I'm just this thing you see on Twitter.
Gotcha.
Not realizing, like, it's my real life. I take care of my family, etc. So it's like y'all just playing with my name as if it's just like, oh no, but it's like Russ, so we can just talk shit. It's like, all right, well, like, no, you can't. So,
no. Like on the album, I could tell like it kind of weighs on you a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. This album was way more vulnerable than
there's really well for sure. Yeah.
Like how like I guess mentally, like what does that do to you? Kind of because you know I feel like you have your fan base, but then there's like these group of like cool kids in hip hop who are fucking, you know.
But they're not the cool kids. That's the misconception with the industry. They're lames in real life.
I'm not saying that but I'm saying
that's the perception of the internet. That's because
the
once
internet
again,
cool kids.
That's because once again, the internet cool kids are picked by 13-year-old white kids who should not be dictating what's cool in black culture.
I agree with that too.
That's a reality. So,
but I mean, haven't 13-year-old white kids always kind of picked what's popping in hip hop?
That's just based on numbers, I think, metrics. Like, I mean, it's the majority.
But I'm saying, like, if you go to like, you know, most hip hop concerts, there's going to be a bunch of.
You think Jay-Z was elected by 13-year-old white kids?
I was a 13-year-old white kid at the Hard Knock Life tour.
I feel you. I hear you. But at the same time, there was a certain pulse, and it was a little bit harder to get in.
No, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? So there was a little bit more quality control.
I can dig that.
What do you think the quality control is now?
There is no quality control, which is why you get
what's the solution now?
I have no idea what the solution is. I think at this point we're just it is what it is. Everyone and their cousin raps, which is cool, but then it's like, you know, it's just the floodgates are completely open, so you get a lot of bad shit and you get some good shit. But
I get this temperament from you, even from the song "Fuck 'Em All," and then even on
Fuck That.
Fuck That.
Yeah,
I love
Kill 'Em All and Fuck That. Yeah.
Bro, so I mean, obviously you think about this shit on a regular basis.
My thing is this too, and I want to clear it up. It's not like I don't trip over like random Joe Schmo being like L. Like, I don't care about that. You feel me? It's when people create fake stories about me to drag my name through the mud.
I saw some wild shit on Twitter.
Whether it was
like, I saw some wild shit.
Whether it was like, there's been crazy fake tweets, like shit, people trying to make up that I said something about XXX. It's like, I was on stage.
I saw that. That shit was crazy.
I was on stage.
It's the shit about you being racist.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like all kind of wild.
And that's the shit that blows your fucking like everything, because it's like, bro,
because people believe it. It's
people
like,
believe it, and you literally get DMs from fans being like, bro, I fuck with you, but after this tweet, it's like,
it's not real.
I don't mind y'all hating me for me, but don't hate me for a lie that was created. You feel me? That's whack. Like, I don't care if you hate me for me, that's cool, but don't hate me and like try and take fans away from me off of a lie.
That's corny. No, for sure. The latest thing I saw was that your dad ran some marketing company,
right?
And you were an industry plant, and
it's like,
and he handles all the marketing for your label.
Anyone who knows, it's like what an absurd thing. Like, when you really think about it, it's like, and that's literally a rumor that was absolutely made up and created by like Kanye to the forum and then ran with on Twitter. But it's like, if that's the case, where's all my industry shit? Why does the industry not? You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make any sense at all. It doesn't make any sense.
Bro, you it's this line you say on it says I'm gonna read, I don't want to fuck it up. It says, say the truth and they come at you with pitchforks.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's like how I look at Russ.
Yeah.
Just you always authentic, even at a fault.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that about a lot of Kanye is one of those people who I look at. I don't want to say that you're like Kanye to me because that's a bold statement, but I feel like you speak your truth and not afraid.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's probably why people are intimidated by you.
100%. And I grew up.
You don't care about being accepted.
Yeah, I grew up loving Kanye interviews.
Of course.
You feel me?
He's the GOAT.
So I don't know. You know, it is what it is. And like I said, I don't care about the random Joe Schmoes with the L's or whatever. But when you're a rapper or you're or whatever, like you should know better than to be. You know what it's like to just be a fucking loser, hater. So why would y'all be haters? Y'all know that's whack. So when other rappers are talking about it, it's like y'all should know better and y'all have platforms and y'all can influence this group thinking. You know what I'm saying? In a negative light. So like we will ask you what's that about? You know what I'm saying? We're not out here trying to like go around and fuck everyone up, but at the same time, it's like I don't talk to y'all. I never met y'all. Like you can leave my name out your mouth and you can live your life and I'll live mine and that's fine. I don't need to talk to y'all, meet y'all, kick it with y'all. Like it is what it is.
Makes
but like
sense.
don't prod at me and poke and expect to not get a response.
Well, with the Adam22 thing, like I think we could squash that. Like I've talked to him. He's like, you know, he's not tripping. Like
you talked to him recently?
Yeah, I'll call him on the phone right now.
He just talked to him. He was
I talked to him after all that shit was going down. I talked to him after all that shit was happening, and I was like, bro, like if you can DM, we can get on the phone. I'm not like, that's the thing. I'm not running around out here trying to. I didn't want none of this negative shit, but motherfuckers started this shit with me, so it's like at some point I will respond.
Yeah.
And for the one saying, well, you didn't respond, you weren't even there, bro. You know any smart rich boss who's on there on the field with you throwing
100%, 100%.
So it's like and hip hop idolizes mob boss mentality
shit. And also hip hop idolizes the dumb shit.
No, but they idolize mob boss mentality. They idolize lines like I'm a big boss, I gotta say so. They'll wipe you down if I say so. I fuck with the mob, I got ties. They'll meaning they, meaning not that person.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all love these lyrics, so like don't ask me why. Oh, bro, you didn't even do anything though. Handle your shit yourself. Bro, I'm on the Forbes list. Stop. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking?
Talk from
What
Russ.
are you talking about?
You got Staples Center coming up, right?
Yeah.
That's
big,
crazy,
bro. That's big.
That's wild, man. Do you feel though that like, you know, because we have our girl Ani here who was at she was at a show back in like 2016.
Oh shit! I remember you. What's good?
Oh, it's good. How are you?
Can't complain.
So she.
Yeah.
She was saying.
Was insane.
Yeah.
Like no.
LA crowds are crazy. Yeah.
Like being inside the actual crowd and everyone's like moving. You're moving this way. They're moving this way.
Yeah.
Like, I'm short. Leave me alone.
Right. Right.
But I came back and I was like, you guys have to see wrestling.
But she was saying like some like her and all her homies like they fuck with you.
Yeah.
But like sometimes the shit you be saying on Twitter just comes off like it like rubs them the wrong way.
Welcome to just like abrasive, authentic truth without media training.
Unapologetically Russ.
Yeah, it's just like
that's the next album title. If you get, I want to in on that.
I feel you.
know what
I'll
I'm
give it a
saying?
split if that's what it is.
I work
But
at the radio
I
station.
feel like I also, by being me so authentically and just by living my absolute truth and saying it, it creates just a real hardcore fan base. Because at this point, if you fuck with Russ, you really fuck with Russ. Like
You like it's not
you like him. You know what I'm saying? You don't like just the songs. You like him. And that's what I want. I want people who actually fuck with me for me. Otherwise, you feel like you gotta put on this costume and kind of censor yourself for the sake of like, oh, I don't want to turn people off from me. But it's like, no, I just want to be me. And if you fuck with me, you fuck with me.
If
if
you fuck
don't,
with me for me, then cool.
Do you feel like
Period.
because I remember somebody told me something, one of my OGs told me, he's like,
Yeah.
one thing about you, he's talking about me, he said when you meet somebody for the first time, you make them make a decision. Either they fuck with you or it's fuck you.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's you.
Yeah,
100%.
I can see that. Yeah. And I'm with that. And like I said, I don't mind like people being like, I don't like your music. That's cool. But when you start just insulting for the sake of insulting and just talking shit on a consistent basis for over 2 years, if you expect to not get a response, then you're naive, not me. You feel me? Like you're tripping.
What happened with the thing that didn't make any sense to me was this Young Bands thing. He tweeted that you guys talked on the phone and then you replied and then he said that it was hacked, which doesn't make any fucking sense.
That's a little 18-year-old kid. So
none of that shit made sense to me.
Yeah. Well, Reese LaFleur, who's an artist from Atlanta, me and him chopped it up for like 2 hours, right? Because like he had some to say on Twitter and I saw him at Wireless, so we squashed it there. And then like, so then we got on the phone like a week ago, whatever. We squashed everything. Everything was cool. And his little homie is Young Bands. So we were like, okay, he was like, okay, cool. Been telling him that shit is not it. Trolling, all that shit is lame. Whatever. I was like, yeah, like I don't even know him. Never met him, so like I don't know what all that's about. And then like the next day, Reese was like, yo, Bands wants to talk to you. Publicly apologize, yada yada yada. I was like, cool. I was like, yeah, you can give me my number if it's not on some funny shit. Like, otherwise, like, keep it.
If we're gonna be real, then
then let's be real. So I talked to Bands, you feel me? And he was like, yeah, all that shit is lame, all that shit is whack. I'm dead in that shit. Cool. And I was like, well, look, you can't publicly do all that shit and privately apologize.
Right.
You got to publicly apologize. So that's when he went on Twitter and said what he said, and I was like, cool. Acknowledged it. And I was like, cool, all right, we're done. Squashed. Now, the next day, he FaceTimes me and he goes, bro, can you come on? Like, they killing me on the internet because all of his fans were like, yo,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's like, bro, they killing me on the internet. Can you just come out and say something? Like, I was like, bro, it's not my spot to say something. Like, and at the end of the day, like, you started the trolling and the negativity. Now you're getting it back. Like, that's kind of what you gotta take that one on the chin.
You gotta take that heat.
Period. So then, whatever. He was like, cool. Then FaceTimes me again that day. And I remember this is at like 5:30. I have the receipts. I could expose the whole but it is what it is. But calls me, he's like, bro, you gotta say something like this. I was like, bro, it is not my spot to say anything.
Like, bro,
he was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna say something then. 2 hours later, he goes on there and does
so
it.
cool.
That's whack, bro.
He knows what's up. Reese knows it was all whack. Like that's just a little 18-year-old kid who's trying to manipulate the internet and he is scared to lose fans. It's like, whatever, bro. All that shit is.
Why do you feel the need to even engage with these you call them 18-year-old kids or teenagers and like why do you even feel the need to justify the behavior? As far
I'm not trying to justify.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying you speak to them, you try to squash whatever it is.
I speak it because I'm a grown man who is like, bro, what is all this about? Chill out. Like, I told Bands, I said there's other ways to get popping. There's other ways to manipulate the internet in a more productive, positive way.
Right.
You feel me? So figure out a different avenue. You know what I'm saying? Period. So like, that's all it really comes down to, because anyone who has an issue with me, we can get on the phone and we can clear shit up. I talked to Fat Nick on the phone too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The other day.
Fat Nick's a good friend of mine. So that's my homie.
I'm down to talk to all y'all on the phone if you need to gain an understanding. Period.
That's big, bro.
And we can squash it. Now, if you don't want to gain an understanding and you want to stay with the dumb shit, like, that's what's up. We can go that way too.
Indifferent. Either way.
All right, can we attempt to squash the Adam22 beef if I get him on the phone live on the show? Can we try this? It's up to you. I mean, like I said, I talked to him.
I would find it funny for him to want to do it on air and not want to pick up the phone call.
I know he's down to do it
privately.
off the air, but I mean, I mean, it's up to you. He's down.
I think I want to have that conversation in private.
Okay, that makes sense.
All right, this one I want to ask you too. I like how your viewpoint is on role models, and you say like you being in entertainment, you a role model whether you accept it or not.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of people don't understand that responsibility. But then I also feel like as us being a part of the culture and fans and spectators, we put the right shit on the wrong people. Like when they ask Young Thug, thought-provoking questions about certain things, and he says like, we out here getting money, fly shit. Like I don't go to him for that.
Yeah.
Do you feel like people come to you for a certain brand of mentorship in hip hop?
Yeah, but I wear that proudly and I embrace that. And I think it's not wrong to ask all artists like thought-provoking questions, because y'all have platforms. Like I said it on Outlaw, like rappers are the doctors and the teachers. The world needs us. You know what I'm saying? It's like whether you like it or not, you know what I'm saying? Like you got rappers indirectly prescribing kids shit, and you got rappers indirectly
Eminem just
teaching
said
people
like
shit.
hip-hop was his father.
So I'm saying,
you know what I mean?
So like
that was his only father figure.
Yeah, come on, like you got kids being raised by hip hop. So you're telling me that you shouldn't be able to ask the dad thought-provoking questions? Like,
why do you think they
bro.
don't take that responsibility seriously?
Because I think they didn't realize that that's what they were signing up for. You know what I mean?
It goes back to that Charles Barkley shit from the 90s. He was like, I'm not a role model. No, motherfucker, you are.
You are a role
So I'm
model,
saying,
bro.
like, it comes with it. Like, it just comes with it. It just comes with it, and it's all it comes down to.
I got destroyed on the internet earlier this week, or last week, because I said that I thought that MGK won round one of the beef.
I agree with him, but he took all the heat.
What is your what are your thoughts on the two
You're not
diss
about
records?
to get me to say anything bad about Eminem.
No.
And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Because that's the reason why I started rapping.
Bro, Eminem's top 5 all time.
It's just I've said it in numerous interviews. I'm not saying any sort of anything about anybody who ever had too much of an influence on me that made me who I am. So I'm rocking with Eminem all day. Yeah, that shit was hard. That shit was hard. MGK shit was hard. Eminem shit was hard.
They were both. I agree. They were both hard.
That's all I have to say about that.
Hey, speaking of influences, you did big up Nipsey and
Nipsey's so fire.
I'm from LA, bro.
Yeah.
And when you said that shit, I was like, fuck yeah. Like,
Nipsey's,
why Nipsey, bro?
I like Nipsey. The Marathon to me is one of the greatest projects of all time. You know, and this is back in the time where mixtapes were like
they meant something. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
with that piff and
I still think of mixtapes as albums. Like you got to look at the landscape of shit now. It's like those are just fire albums. So
I know, and it pisses me off that none of that shit's on Spotify. Like I can't listen. To Cushion Orange Juice on fucking.
Bro, that's
Spotify.
what I'm saying. Like Cushion Orange Juice, Cushion Orange Juice, the warm up, the Marathon, all those would be platinum. You feel me? If they were on the streaming, bro. If they're on the streaming shit. But Nipsey, I remember being 18, and that's when I was like first getting in the studio and shit as a artist and a rapper. So it was like the warm up, Cushion OJ, Kendrick Lamar EP, So Far Gone, the Marathon, Cudi shit, you know, Wale's old mixtapes like Back to the Feature.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So Nipsey was just one of those people that I thought it was so ill, the juxtaposition of his real life and how he was able to make something that was so far away from me still have such relatable messages. And like, you know what I'm saying? It was just ill. He was talking that law of attraction shit too in his own way. He was talking that, you know, it was amazing. It was amazing.
I feel like y'all got a lot of the same narrative. Like y'all preach, and it's not really a preaching. It's more of a sermon. It's like, this is what you should be fucking with. This is how you get your money. This is how you do this.
Yeah. Like that line that he has on the I Don't Give a Fuck song on the Marathon when it like stops for a minute and a half and then it comes in. When he's like, look at where I started, look at where I'm standing.
Right.
Y'all can say it's luck, but I know that it's planning. It's like anyone can relate with that. Like I was 17, like hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's inspiring shit. You feel me? So Nipsey was just one of the people that molded my artistry along with those other people I mentioned. So
I appreciate that,
once again, like I'ma always fuck with Nipsey. Like
100%.
Never gonna catch me saying something slick or dumb about Nipsey because it's like it's just a matter of respect people who fucking made you who you are.
Who made you, the artist you are.
Is Russ drug free?
Yeah.
You don't smoke?
I mean, alcohol is like, are we talking?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just asking.
Well, I'm saying, are you like, I can't drink alcohol? Oh, no, not alcohol.
Not alcohol.
Yeah, no, I don't do drugs. No.
That's what's up.
You don't smoke weed ever?
Yeah, but that's not.
That's not a drug.
Yeah. I'm talking about like,
according to him, it's a drug. So
well, no, I don't drink or smoke.
Yeah.
So I just like to ask and just figure it out.
Yeah, no, I don't do drugs at all.
Bet that's what's up. No. Last thing I wanted to ask you. Then you, Ross.
Yes.
I saw you talk about Ross being one of the features, Ross and Snoop on the album.
Yeah.
And you would love to produce a whole Ross project.
Yeah, because I got so many.
A chance to talk
his ear for beats is the greatest in hip hop.
But it's like I got all those beats. You feel me? Like people like
those cinematic, you know.
I have all those though. You know what I mean? Like there's a obviously the catalog of Russ music where you might think that, oh, that's not the type of shit I make or whatever. But if you're a real fan, you know I make stuff like that from time to time. But the producer side of me, the one that just makes 6 beats a day and cranks them out and then puts them on my computer and playlist and leaves them there, I have thousands of those type of beats where I like, since I started producing, Ross was always someone who like, from a sonic standpoint,
I think he's got the best ear in hip hop.
Yeah, I just always wanted to make beats like that. I was always attracted to that yacht music,
of course,
lavish, lush sound.
So sounds like a movie.
I've had a playlist of just Rick Ross beats on my computer since I was 17 of just like hundreds.
Have you talked to Ross about producing that album?
I've talked to him, so like we're gonna figure. I'm gonna keep being fucking persistent.
Bro,
you feel me?
Bro, hit him up.
Absolutely,
I would love to hear that.
I would be super happy.
Have you had any communication with Cole at all? Because I feel like, you know,
I met Cole once, but that's it.
Because you guys obviously make your own. I mean, he when he first started, he made a lot of his own beats.
Cole is such a that's another one where it's like the warm up changed my life. I remember being 17 in high school, senior year, and the warm up dropped, and it was just like, this is the greatest shit ever. It was like June 2009 or some shit like that, and I remember going to school with it. And it was just like, it was so ill. And then you hear him on Jay-Z's Everyday Stars Born shit, and you're like, but the time was so different back then. Imagine that we're like, you find out about a rapper on a, like, for those kids, found out about him on a Jay-Z album.
Yeah.
Like, I caught on to the warm-up just on some, like, Dat Piff, scrolling through Dat Piff shit.
Boys or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, like, back then, it's like, he was still unknown while being on a Jay-Z album.
Yep.
Isn't that
it took him so
time?
long.
That's crazy, right?
It took the label so long to get behind Cole.
But it's like, that's a crazy time. It's a crazy time.
I remember walking out of a Cole's while he was on stage. I'm not afraid to say that.
Nah, but like
I remember that.
But it's crazy times where like someone back then, I don't even know how many followers he had. Probably not like.
Would you take the warm up over Friday Night Lights?
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely one of those people.
Okay.
No, I feel like if you caught on to Cole Friday Night Lights, you're late.
What's your favorite Kanye album?
Twisted Fantasy.
Really?
Yeah.
To me, that's the best album ever.
That's what's up.
That's when people ask me what I think the best album ever is. I always say Twisted Fantasy.
Album's flawless.
But it's
not my favorite Kanye album, but it's the best Kanye album.
But you know what's crazy
that
is
makes
that
sense.
Best and all that stuff. I think it depends on the timing of your life. So
Late Registration is my favorite.
Interesting. Okay, I love late registration too. But where you at in your life? Because Twisted Fantasy came at a time where like I had just went to college. It was like I think September when that dropped, of 2010, or like October maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it was November. It was one of those 3 months right there. But it was my first semester at college. I'm sitting in the dorm room. I'm like, yo, I know I want to just make beats and shit. Like, and so you're on that kind of like fence. You know you want to do it, but you almost are like subconsciously looking for a sign that's gonna be like, nah, really go after it. And when Twisted Fantasy dropped, I remember being so like mesmerized by the sonic quality of it that I was like, I have to achieve this. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
you just like the production, like Lost in a World, and
bro, the
all
production,
the
just like all those like melodies in the back and the vocals and the like,
just the layering,
Cuddy on Gorgeous,
insane, bro.
Blame Game with John, like the just musicality of it was fucked to me.
What's your favorite album of the year besides your shit?
Besides my shit.
That's a hard
It's all
question.
about Russ, in case you didn't get the memo.
Yeah, but like
Suicide.
any artist who puts out an album, if you don't think your album's the best album of the year, what's wrong with you?
Suicide.
Yeah, Suicide. I don't know, but the ones that I like Scorpion. I like Victory Lap.
Victory Lap's hard.
I like Redemption a lot by J-Rock is hard.
West Coast.
I think Tiana Taylor's album was really fire though.
Slept on.
I think like that Gonna Love Me shit and Hurry, those two songs for me are nuts.
And I think like it probably should have been better if you let her tell it the way it came out.
Yeah, but those songs were amazing. But yeah, I mean, Scorpion.
What do you think of Astro World?
I like Astro World. It's just not really like my brand of music as far as what I enjoy listening to, like just on a day-to-day basis. But for what it is, it's dope.
What are your thoughts on Vince Staples?
I haven't really like dive into his music.
I feel like y'all on a tour together would be amazing, bro.
Word, yeah. I haven't really like ever.
It'd be a whole lot of shit talking.
It'd be a whole lot of shit talking.
I like
bro.
his interviews and shit
For that ass, bro.
I fuck with his interviews and shit, but I've never really like given the music a chance to dove
That's
into.
my little homie,
so I
bro.
don't really have an opinion on it at all.
Well, Zoo is out. The album is dope. You know, I'm glad. There's some shit on there. Like Voicemails is crazy.
Voicemail to me is one of
very personal
the best
record.
songs I've ever made.
Yeah, Voicemails is nuts, man.
Hey, are you real quick, last thing? Do you consider yourself to be an emotional person?
Yeah, for sure. But I think everyone being emotionally in tune emotional intelligence is a real thing. You feel me? And the people who are numb are not very emotionally intelligent. You know what I'm saying? So there's different versions of intelligence. You can be super smart with math. You can be super smart, wherever. But emotional intelligence is a real thing. That's why you get certain artists who are really great at pulling out these emotions, whatever. Because you got to be emotional. You got to be in tune with your emotions. So for sure, I'm an emotional person. But
have you ever gone to therapy or talk? Or
no, I probably need to though. But no, I haven't.
But.
Yeah, I never did therapy.
I probably need
probably,
to.
Right?
Probably.
Hey, man,
are you opposed to going to therapy?
I'm not opposed to it. It's just kind of like, I just don't know if I buy into it.
Yeah.
But like, that's why I just be making music.
That's therapy.
That's the most therapeutic thing I can do, and that's the healthiest outlet that that I feel like you could have.
God damn it, Russ. I appreciate you, bro.
Thank you.
I think the culture needs a voice like yours.
Thank you.
As emotional as you may be, I feel like the voice is needed, though.
I think emotional gets a bad rap.
Well, I'm also happy to hear that, you've talked to like a lot of these guys.
I have talked to a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? Now, if they want to go on the internet and then play whatever game after that, then that's on them. You feel me? But I always make sure that I'm right with the universe. You feel me?
Did you see like the way obviously Cole reached out to Pump and like they kind of, had some dialogue? I feel like that I know. Well,
people want to say, why didn't you handle it like that? But once again, you don't get to be the fucking antagonizer and then dictate how I should be reacting.
Right.
Fix yourself first.
Facts.
Don't ask me why I'm reacting the way I'm reacting. Fix yourself.
I agree.
And talk to me why, like, bro, all we did was just shove you and push you for a year and a half. Why you got to respond like that? Yeah. Why you got to be pushing and shoving?
Right.
Back the fuck up. You feel me? Like, don't deem whether or not my response is appropriate or inappropriate if you can't even look at yourself and check yourself first. You feel me? Check your fucking self.
Hey, man, keep shouting that truth for the mountaintops, bro.
Absolutely.
I fuck with you.
Thank you.
Shout out to Russ. The album is out, man. Let's get into the record. Flute Song.
The Flute Song. Let's get it.
Produced by Scott Storch.
Yes.
Introduce it for LA for us, bro.
This is a fucking smash. Produced by the legend Scott Storch. The Flute Song.
Let's go. It's Real 92.3.
He's not biased at all.
It's a fucking smash.